Hello and welcome to the new moon messages from the Nature Kingdom. My name's Sara and I'm the founder of Essentially Flowers and MoonFlower Essences and Create a Magical Business. So I've been given a big nudge by the Nature Kingdom and my friend the Moon to offer everybody some support via the Nature Kingdom for the upcoming lunar cycle. So today is new moon, January the 20th, and we have a whole new cycle of potential in front of us. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are coming into the very first early nudgings of early spring. Nature is just starting to peep up above the ground. Just before full moon, this lunar cycle on February the 2nd, is Imbolc, which is the festival of St. Bridget, and the quickening here in the Northern Hemisphere. When we really, after the 2nd of February, we really start to see signs of life returning as light returns. And full moon is on 3rd of February, just the day afterwards. So we are exactly one lunar cycle now from the winter solstice, and whatever seeds of intention you set at that point, a whole cycle has gone past now, and it's time to kind of refine that cycle and to intend all over again. So this is not intended, this is not a predictive reading in any way. This is, I've asked the Nature Kingdom to provide 5 flowers for today to offer you support as we walk into this next lunar cycle. They're all flowers from my own range of MoonFlower Essences and flowers that are all known to me and the work that I do, and the moon is very much overlighting this as well. So here we go, there are 5 flowers. So this is the very first one. I hope you can see it quite well. This is the red peony. Now red peony is actually more of a crimson colour than red, and she is a wonderful grounding flower and flower of manifestation. She literally stills and calms the minds and drops your energy right down into the roots. So her support offering into this very first new moon of 2015 is all about grounding. I'm not sure about you, but I've certainly felt some fairly fizzy energies around in the last few days, which potentially can be quite ungrounding for us. So red peony is coming along to really ground those energies. And it's not so much about a grounding through the feet, although that is always good. It's more about grounding your heart energies through into the physical so that they become manifest. So if you're looking for a message of stillness and calm and grounding through the heart, red peony is here to support you. And the second flower that raised her hand to come along and be part of today's new moon is, this is a flannel flower bush. Now she is a shrub that grows in my garden, and we first got her from a nursery about 15 years ago when she was a tiny little being. She's now a tree that is so tall that we have to prune her regularly. So she's huge now, and her roots have really dug into the earth. Now this is not the same flower as if you're a bush essence person. This is not the same flannel flower. This is the flannel bush flower. It's a very different being. A couple of years ago I had a chat with this beautiful shrub, which is more like a tree now in my garden. She told me, I am the tree of light. So she's here today to shine some light into the darker energies of our Northern Hemisphere January days, and to really ask you to shine light into your life. And in these darker times, it's really important for us to look inside and to allow the light is not outside right now, it's inside us. So the yellow flannel flower is very much about allowing your light to shine inwardly and shine light on anything right now that you need to let go of, so that when the quickening happens on the 2nd of February, you're able to start taking those first steps forward. So allow the tree of light to inform you right now, and shine her very, very extraordinary yellow beam onto you and bring some lightness and gladness into your day. And the third flower that asked to come along and be part of today is this very beautiful magenta coloured wild rose. Now this wild rose grows in a park that's fairly close to my house that I go to often. Wild rose is one of the batch essences as well. Sometimes they are white and sometimes they are this deep pink. This beautiful wild rose has come along today again to bring her magenta ray of life and rejuvenation. There's been a lot of tiredness around this winter. People are tired, and it's often the poorly season as well, where people are suffering from the lack of light, but also the bugs that go around. So wild rose is really here to, can you see that beautiful cup that she holds, a real chalice of support for you as you go into this lunar cycle. So she's here asking you to lift your head up high, to look forwards and to look into life, knowing that you are fully supported. So she's a lovely holding, embracing and softening flower, and really life-giving. And the fourth flower that's come along today, actually this is a tree that also lives in my garden, actually just next to the flannel flower. And this is a white cherry blossom. Now she is quite a small tree. She's a drooping white cherry blossom. She's not very tall, and she's actually reached her mature height quite a while ago now. And she's tiny, she comes up to about my shoulder. But every spring she showers us with the most extraordinary white blossoms, and the bees love to come and spend time with her. So she's here today, partly to offer her hope and inspiration for the future. She's also here to offer some cleansing energy, and allowing a little bit in the same vein to the red peony, allowing that to ground downwards into the earth. This white cherry blossom is all about grounding something. If you could see her branches, they touch the ground. She's very, very sweet, like an umbrella, really cascading down around. So she's here today to ground that energy for you, and now allow everything that's being cleansed away right now, and I'm sure you are able to feel that, to actually ground down. So again, when we reach February the 2nd, we're going to have this ability to begin again and to allow the shoots to arrive of the next cycle. So she's here as a beautiful cleansing for you. And the last flower, there's a lot of colour turned up today. Look at this amazing orange poppy. Now orange poppy grows actually in a garden just a few doors away from me, and she is a very showy and fragile orange poppy. Her flowers open. If it's windy, the petals get blown straight away, and her flowers only last for a day or two. But she is the most extraordinary creative being. So she's here today again to bring some colour, but also some creative, life-giving energy into your day. So if you need a bit of zing, ask Orange Poppy right now to bring that zingy energy to you, so that for this next lunar cycle, you can start to use this inward cycle to spark your creativity. What can you create right now in this cycle that as the light returns, you're going to be able to birth into the world? So, to summarise, we have support for creativity from Orange Poppy. We have support for cleansing and grounding all of that old energy, ready for the new to arrive. We have the beautiful embrace of Wild Rose, holding and life-giving. We have the Tree of Light, the flannel bush flower, offering you her light, shining her light on you. And we have red peony here to really embrace and allow you to manifest, really ground. We've been through so much in the past few months, in the past year. It's time to ground it all now. It's time to bring it all together and get ready. So I hope you've enjoyed the very first messages from the Nature Kingdom for 2015. Allow the messages that you've heard today to inform you as you walk forward. The next time you walk into nature, allow her to speak to you, allow her to enfold you. The next time you go outside, look into the sky and start watching the moon shapes. Allow the moon cycles to inform you. And I look forward to joining with you next new moon for the next messages from the Nature Kingdom. Many blessings to you.